Welcome everyone to another episode of Wealthy Minds Decoded. My name is Manish Bindi.
And I'm Andy Shaw.
That was a better introduction.
That was much better.
At least it wasn't like we're just, trying to, damn, we got caught live on the camera.
First off, I'd like to just make apologies for Manish swearing last week.
I didn't swear.
And Pete getting carried away. But apart from that, we're ready to go. Okay.
Okay then. Screw you. Right. So today we're going to talk about something that's, again, very, very fundamentally different between the mindset of a wealthy person and the mindset of a poor person.
Really?
And once it's as if it's part of the show, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. God, and the show's called Wealthy Minds Decoded. What a
crazy!
There,
It's crazy.
We put two and two together and decided we were going to discuss something about a wealthy mindset. Brilliant. Thank you.
You taking off his job today?
It's just fair enough. Okay.
Right. So. Yeah, Pete, our guest director. I should just shut up, really, shouldn't I?
We'd like to say welcome to Pete.
Good evening, everybody.
So what are we talking about in part one?
Today, the first part of the show, gentlemen, we're going to be discussing how some people secretly hope that others will fail, opposed to waiting or even wanting other people to succeed.
You having trouble reading out loud there, mate?
Definitely. After your comment in relation to
he's just trying to do
last
it for
week,
effect.
yes, it's stunned me.
Fair enough.
He's just doing it for effect, I think. That's what it is.
Right, okay. So, what were we discussing?
People wanting each other to fail opposed to succeed. As I wanted you to fail just then.
Yeah, I noticed that. And you succeed as
But
well.
you were getting a bit crappy earlier, Andy. And I don't think you should swear on the show.
Don't you mean last week, yeah? Right.
I do apologise.
Apologies for this, ladies and gentlemen, but we will try and save the show now. So, part one. This, I think, is something that people don't like to admit, but a lot of people have. They want to become successful and they desire success for themselves with a very negative outlook on successful people, right? So this contradicts their beliefs, and therefore if you contradict your beliefs, it's never going to manifest. Bless you. Wealthy minded people want everyone to succeed regardless of them succeeding. Irregardless of them succeeding, right? And they want everyone to succeed.
Pete came up with a word, calls it irregardless, and
anyway, it's just stupid.
It's another story.
It's just ridiculous, right? So, wealthy-minded people want everyone to succeed because they know the world is abundant and they know there's unlimited success available for anyone.
If you don't already have that mindset, you're not going to create. You're not going to get that. So effectively, if you've got to dig down inside and you've got to see if you want people to succeed.
Truly, would it be okay if you turned out to be a total failure and everyone else was successful? Would you be happy with that?
That's the crucial bit. And it's a case of could you live with that? And it's a case of as soon as you can actually break it down to that little level, and you can actually go, yeah, I'd be really cool with somebody I didn't like succeeding. Yeah. And you can get to that level, and you want the best for them, and you desire to see them successful. Not just say you desire it, not go inside and go, yeah, I really want that person to succeed, but secretly you want them to fail. It's actually want them to succeed. Actually desire to see them succeed. It's a case of that you cultivate that mindset, and you're in a perfect position to succeed yourself. If you don't cultivate that mindset, is that your old phone ringing there, mate? Is it? You left it on. Can you lift that up? It's a bit heavy, isn't it? Not like my phone.
And he's got
nice
a new iPhone, an iPhone 5. So Andy Shaw has bought a phone.
Yeah.
So by the way, what he was going to do for a bug-free mind readers is do free interventions. If you Facebook him and ask him for his mobile number, the first 5 people that do it, he's going to do free interventions for the next 3 months.
That's very nice of you, mate. Very nice of you. No, it's a case of, as I commented when somebody asked me for my phone number, no, I didn't get the phone so that people could ring me. I got the phone so I could see how the rest of you insane people use these devices. So I can
everyone has an excuse for doing something that they really want to do. That's his rationalization. Anyway, what we can continue with is talking about this difference in mindsets.
Cool. Okay. Now that your phone stopped ringing, we can get back onto that difference in mindsets. So where were we?
Getting to the point
Today we're going to discuss how some people secretly hope that others fail, opposed to succeeding.
Right. Okay, I've got this. Right.
You've got this. Have you?
I've got
You've
this.
picked the ball back up.
No, I had the ball.
Run with it.
And
then.
you
Run
guys
with it
think right. So, if you can get to that point where looking outwardly on the world, everyone else is successful, and you are okay with yourself being a failure as if everyone else is successful, suddenly that gives you so much power, because now you want for the world and you will get what you want for everyone else. And it's as simple as that. If you go and wish and give for success, then you will get success. It's as simple as that.
You can't have what you don't already have in your mind.
Yeah.
You know, in this case, if you're harbouring those secret, I don't really like that person. I'd like it if they failed. That'd be nice. Right? Well, you're creating that for yourself. You've got to want your worst enemy to succeed, right? And enjoy seeing him succeed or her succeed, right? Because it's a case of all this stuff isn't helping you. It's all holding you back.
Yeah.
And so, wealthy people don't have this situation. It's a case of they're cool with anyone succeeding.
This is a good point, actually. So then people are going to talk about, what about competition? Because business people are competitive. But if you actually look at the energy that they come to competition with, the energy that there is I want to be more successful.
Yeah.
Not I want to see them fail. I just want to be more successful. It's two different energies.
Exactly. The whole world's got bent out of shape on competition. That's, to me, it's a case of, I look at people who are, when I used to be in business, in real business as I call it, I look at the competitors as I'm looking at what they're doing, but they're not relevant to me because I'm doing this. It's a case of, and I'll just do what I'm doing. And it's a case of, so the competition isn't there. It's like the blue ocean strategy. So it's a case of you go into a completely different market. You build your business in a certain way. So the competition doesn't really matter. It's not that you don't care about them, because you do. You look at it, but it's not essential for your success. Competition is just there as a helpful tool to give you an idea of how far you're going. It's just like money. Money's just a way of keeping score. Where your competition is just a way of keeping score. But without letting go of all of the resentment and all the bit you're holding back, which is stopping people, you want people to fail. Without letting go of that, you'll never succeed. You have to genuinely love it when somebody else succeeds. You have to you want to be a wealthy-minded person. You want to be a wealthy person. You got to like wealthy people. It's a case of, that's just the way it is.
Yep. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well. And one of the ways to do that is a strategy is really go down, be honest with yourself. Visualize everyone else successful and you not being successful, whatever successful means to you, and just see how you feel about that and question those feelings, and then that's how you can deal with it. So great, part 2. What are we talking about in part 2, Pete?
Part 2. Next we're going to talk about Andy's continuing struggle to accept responsibility for his failures.
Well,
it's not actually
about me.
It's the need to be right that we've got to talk about.
Oh, you're talking about my need to be right?
No, yes, and that.
Oh, right, so we're talking about my need to be right?
Yes.
The fact that you're always wrong, right?
Right. The actual show plan on my thing says accept responsibility and let go of the need to be right. So it's not actually success or failure. I'm talking about something that's way more important than that. I don't know. Other notes like... Anyway, right.
No,
so,
I thought I'd make it up as we went along.
Right, okay.
Okay. So,
you're going to answer your phone or something?
No. Relax, man. Right. I'm just trying to figure out because I'm confused now, quite simply.
Yeah, Pete's managed to confuse the situation. Good direction. Accepting responsibility. Everybody seeks to blame. Everybody looks to, not everybody, poor-minded people look to blame other people, right? Wealthy-minded people look to accept responsibility because it's the fastest way to get past where they are. If something's gone wrong, it's like, get over accept responsibility, move on. Yep, it's my fault. Let's move on to the next bit.
People hate me when I do that.
Yeah, it's like, it's a case of everybody's trying to blame
want
somebody else.
Fight.
Yeah.
People want to fight because it gives them... I'm just like, okay.
No. It's not that they want to fight. They want to disguise the fact that it's their fault.
But they don't want somebody else to accept responsibility, so...
Yeah, exactly. But now it's a case of, well, they've accepted responsibility because they know...
It's my fault.
They know it's my fault.
So I've got to justify it.
I've got to justify it now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a case of, whereas I'm not interested in that. If a mistake's happened, it's happened.
It's happened.
You know, there is no, you know, as I cover in the third chapter of my book, you know, accept what is. One of the most powerful sentences, 3 words there is. Accept what has happened. Move on. And, you know, you've got to, once you can learn to accept responsibility like that, it doesn't matter.
It's just like any situation that pops up, I just say, okay, it's my fault. How can we respond now? It's like I was talking to whoever it is, really, even if it's people in my team, people in family, people, friends, whoever. As soon as a situation comes up where there's a debate between it could be my fault or the other person's fault, I just assume responsibility, even if it's not. Because once you can assume responsibility for everything, you've got power to handle everything.
A wealthy mindset doesn't need to be right. A poor mindset needs to be right. Otherwise, they're devastated.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're taken apart. They've lost it. You know, it's a case of Pete, for example.
I'd just like to point out to everybody that I was in fact right, because this is written wrong.
Do you see what I mean?
I think it's written in French. And although I'd like to accept responsibility, it is in fact Andy's problem, not mine.
Now, there you have the example of a wealthy mindset versus a poor mindset.
You see, guys, you see what I have to deal with now. It's just feel sorry for me. Anyway, done. Cool. So,
Unless you think I haven't.
so I'm not even going to open a can of worms right now. The point about needing to be right. This is something that a wealthy mind that wants to create a vision has gotten over. Why? Because the need to want to be right doesn't really matter. What matters is the vision coming to fruition, right? And if your vision comes to fruition, whether you're right or wrong about every step of the way, does it really matter? No. So keep an eye on the vision, keep a strong vision, and just accept being wrong, accept being right.
We had
Who cares?
a business venture we're working on, and the original concept of this business venture went one way, and Jace, our partner in America, he said, no, Andy, you're completely wrong. This is how we want to do it. And it was a case of, and this is why we want to do it this way. And he was completely right. I had no need to be right. I didn't care if I was right, or if Minesh was right, or if Pete was right. I'm interested in what's right. Yeah, I have no need to be right. Yeah, because once you let go of your need to be right, it stops all the blockages. It stops getting it wrong in business, because you're aligned to just getting it right. There's no office politics. There's no ego attached. It's like, I just want the result. Results. Yep, I'm the idiot. I got it wrong. Can we move on? Yep, fine. That's it.
Yep. Simple. So yeah, I think that covers it pretty well. Part 3, we're going to talk about a case study. Which case study are we going to talk about?
Yeah, it's that part of the show that I like to refer to as Hangman's Corner, where we're going to be assassinating a friend of theirs again. Whether or not that friend can work out who it is and who's being torn about this week is yet to be revealed. But yeah, it's that time when we look at a mindset case study. So take it away, boys.
Yeah, which mindset case study and what are we talking about?
He doesn't know that bit there.
Oh, he doesn't know that bit. Right, okay, cool.
I'm
sorry, I thought that was
right
written
there,
in
and
the
I'm
notes.
not taking any responsibility.
I thought so.
That's all.
It's just what we expect, isn't it? Really?
Exactly, yeah. Wealthy, poor. Yeah.
Right, so this person we both know, and he actually really deserves to be successful because his intentions are good.
So honourable,
He
yeah.
would do right by people, right? The problem is that he's stuck in a mindset that sort of holds him back a lot because of the lack of expectation of his own success, because it's based on other people. And so we want to talk about this because what we find is a lot of people talk about their own success based on somebody else becoming successful, right? Or somebody else being successful. So yeah, that's why we want to talk about this person. I can't see the note exactly, so do you want to fill in?
It's written there, mate.
Oh, sorry, there's a slight glare.
There. It's just yours. Yeah.
Actually,
it's a slight glare.
You know what's really funny? I've got the spreadsheet open, and because it's on Google Docs, it's actually copied it over. So
there
that's
we go.
Funny as
yeah,
well.
it is,
right?
isn't it? It's
Right.
written there.
So this person's got got an employee mindset.
Well, let's talk about the employee mindset. You know, the employee mindset is a program mindset that comes from you know, as you go through school and that sort of thing. It's a case of what job are you going to do when you grow up, you know. And so kids are programs. You know, and my job as a parent is to deprogram this out of my children. You know, and it's Pete and I were discussing this morning. It's a case of you know, Pete's got a 5-year-old daughter, and he's just noticed that she used to be so open, and now she's started to close off. And this happens, you know, as children get older, because of the influences of the other children in the school and the teachers and that sort of thing. It's regret, you know, their barriers are being closed, and this is the start of, you know, the employee mindset. And it's a case of, because it's been built through it, it's been programmed into them throughout school. By the time you get to a 24, 25, 26-year-old, this employee mindset is like a real barrier to success, because it's a case of I keep saying it's a case of, don't I? It's a case of.
Irregardless of that.
He's just noticed.
I've just noticed
even
that,
though
yeah.
I said it 3 episodes ago.
How do you think that's going to affect Andy's progression over the next 5 years, Manesh?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I missed that. You know,
I have no
that was a
idea.
Zoom. That was
I
right.
have no idea.
So
Anyway.
the problem is,
It's a case of.
It's a case of his employee mindset is now holding him back, which is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And on top of this, the way he looks at other successful people, he expects himself to be successful because other people are successful. And what that is actually it's a going to take mindset. Because I can only be successful if that person's successful, right? Or other people are successful, so I'm successful. Where it's not got to the point.
But it doesn't look like it's a going to take mindset. It looks like it's a going to give mindset.
Yes, exactly. But again, this goes back to the fundamental energy that's rooted into whatever intention that you've got. And this person actually looks down, I feel, on successful people. When I talk with him.
Yeah. It's a buried. It's a buried thing. It's like an expectation of failure. You know. It's
comments like, "Oh, you can afford it though."
Yeah.
Right, and stuff like that.
This is what we're talking. It's real subtle stuff. This is not like.
This is like high level, deep.
It's little
information.
You know, the employee mindset is a case of, you know, I expect. Not expect. I've. How do you define this? It's a case of. People expect. It's like the National Health Service. People expect it. Oh well, I demand this now. You know,
they feel it's their right.
It's their right.
Yeah,
and that's the employee mindset. Whereas an entrepreneur, somebody who's a wealthy mindset, they expect success, but they expect themselves to go and create it. They don't expect anybody else to do it for them. It is something that's just. It's going to happen because they demand it.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't hold anybody else responsible for it. I don't expect Manesh to, you know, oh well, he's been successful in one area. Well, you know, come on, mate. You know, give us some. I don't expect any of that. I don't expect anything for nothing. Right? It's an expectation of something for nothing, which is the employee mindset. Well, I'm giving you my 40 hours a week. Right? 40. You know, that whole mindset is wrong. It's a case of when people say to me, "What should I? You know, I want to quit my job. What's the first thing I should do? You should get really good at your job, really good at it. You should excel at it. You should get your mind in such a position where it's a case of they're desperate for you not to leave, because you do that and you're aligning yourself to the person you will be in your new career as your own business owner.
Yeah.
You are becoming what you are going to go and do. So." You know, people. I want to get out of my job. It's horrible. No. Become an expert at the job you're doing. Become indispensable, and then you'll easily create your own new career. But it's a case of if you think you deserve something, right? When you don't really deserve it, then you're going to create the problem when you do make the jump and leave your job, and it'd be like, yeah, I'm out of that. It's a case of, you know, I look at when I quit being an employee and started working for myself. You know, I wasn't looking to get out of my job. I just, you know, I was as good as I could be at that job, and then I went and just did it for myself. I did something slightly different for myself.
Yeah.
You know, the mindset shift wasn't, oh yeah, you know, I deserve anything. It was like, oh right, I'm doing this now. I've got to make this success. This has to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't a has to as in fear of loss. It was a has to as in This has to succeed. I desired it.
Yeah, winding this back to the first part of the show, Wayne Dyer says something interesting. I think it's Wayne Dyer. It says, wish for others what you wish for yourself. Wish more for others what you want to manifest for yourself. And the manifestation becomes a lot more easier. And the problem with an employee mindset is you don't actually wish the business owner to become more successful. What you actually wish for is he becomes more successful so you can have some of that money. Right?
Or,
so going to take.
Or even worse, you actually start you're sort of hoping that he won't be successful, but then that's threatening your livelihood. And this is, it's an insane.
It's like shooting yourself in the foot.
It is shooting yourself in the foot. You know, that's just. And it's a case of what you have to do is you have to root out those things. You have to discover them about yourself. You have to look at them and go, am I secretly wanting this guy to fail? If so, why? And it brings back the question, why again? Why do I want that? Well, the only reason you want that is your ego is using that to keep you trapped. It's using it to keep you stuck in life. And so it's a case of as you root these bugs out, it frees you up to just go and create wealth rather than, despise people who create it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's. How do you think that people can get over that?
It's just asking why. Why do I think that? It's going in and going, what's going on? Why am I thinking this way? Why do I secretly want him to fail? Why do I hope that something bad happens to them?
Question yourself.
Yeah, it is. It's asking why. Why do I do this? And it's a case of you're not looking for it's because of this. You're just looking to observe. It's just the observation power again. All you're looking for is to observe yourself doing it, catch yourself doing it. And as you catch yourself doing it, you can look at it and go, why did I do that? And as you ask the question, as you observe it, so you destroy the bug.
It fades away.
Yeah, it literally dissolves. It goes. Because you are aligning to the right way of thinking, as opposed to the way that you've been programmed from childhood to expect and demand things. It's a case of
really if you keep saying it's a case of after you say it's a case of, you'll be saying it twice more than what you.
It's how I stop myself saying it's a case of.
But you're saying it twice, so you're doubling it.
I didn't then.
Anyway, it's really twisted because when you think about it, secretly hoping others will fail as opposing others will succeed. This is built in right at a young age when you're in the school system. It's like, I want to get an A, and the mentality is so that I'm better than everyone else in the classroom, right? And that is terrible because you're going into an exam or going into school hoping that others will get a lower grade than you so that you can get the public adulation. And that's when it's programmed. And this is how deep this particular problem is in people's psychology. That's why it's very important. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I think that's anything else to discuss? No,
that's a great show today, guys. Very interesting stuff. Now it's about time to wrap it up now.
Cool, awesome. So thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure find the blog post on wealthymindsdecoded.com in regards to this show. Leave a comment with anything that you want us to discuss. Let us know what you think.
If you have an issue, something really deep that you're struggling with, you can't get over, ask us it and we'll have a go at taking that apart.
Yeah, whether it's mindset, business issues, whatever, right? As long as it's about wealthy minds, we're happy to discuss it. You don't have to leave your name. You can be anonymous too. So thanks very much, and we shall see you next week.
Thanks
Take care.
Bye-bye.